Oh, the most Texas. Wow, drag us, okay? Yeah, really hot.
Large food portions.
Wow, drag us, okay? Yeah. Yeah, we gotta work on that. The bigger the plate, the more Texas it is, really, honestly. I mean, there was this one time I got a chicken fried steak, and I mean, it must have been this fucking big. I was just like, my God, we love a large portion. Don't mess with the plate size, I guess.
Referring to all sodas as Coke.
100%. I'm gonna grab a Coke. If you grab a Sprite, no one's mad. Well, you would say Dr. Pepper, I think. I think Dr. Pepper gets its own category.
UFOs.
Oh man, I think they're everywhere. I have seen the Marfa Lights, I'll say that. This was back in 2016, and my band and I were playing a festival out there, and they're like, oh, go see the Marfa Lights. We're like, yeah. And well, we definitely saw them around it's probably around midnight. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Yeah, they're everywhere at this point. Or at least they're everywhere for me, so I can't really speak for everyone else. Every day I see something weird. I'm beginning to be like, guys, this is getting out of hand. The dry spell promo is out of hand at this point. I truly do see weird shit all the time. It started down in Mexico around 2012, and that busted the door wide open for just seeing some really unexplainable stuff, Where are they gonna take me? It better be fun.
Blue bonnets.
Obviously, it's our state flower. I've always been told that it was illegal to pick blue bonnets. I don't know if that's just a wives' tale that was told so we wouldn't. But if you were gonna be taking senior portraits, you were gonna go to the blue bonnet patch, that's for sure. Next time I go down, they better watch out. A blue bonnet hates to see me coming.
Rodeos.
Rodeos, it's not Texas, and it's Texas and it's also not. It is very ingrained in our Texas culture, but it also came largely from Mexico and also Brazil. Brazilians love a rodeo. Rodeo largely came from Latin America, but we also have our own version of it in Texas. You're gonna see some bull riding, you're gonna see some bronc riding, you're gonna see some roping and some mutton busting. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's an event where the kids get a chance to jump on a baby sheep as it's trying to run away, and it's riveting. Barrel racing is the pinnacle event, for me anyways. I mean, love to see the bull riders hot, but the barrel girls are it's really exciting. And I took some barrel lessons for a bit last year, and I never got it quite up to speed yet, but I will one day. It's my goal to enter, even if I'm in the 4D, racing with the grandmas, you guys just wait, it's gonna be over for y'all.
Homecoming mums.
Absolutely, and the bigger the better. You are that bitch if your mom is 50 pounds, and they get crazy. They just, yeah. Small town homecoming mums, it's a real thing. Our mom would always make ours, and they were cute. Karen did a good job, but you would see some others down the hall, and you'd be like, damn, man. In football season, everybody gets a mom. Sometimes the guys give girls a mom, and would the girls pin it on them, and then the guys, no, maybe the girls have the arm ones. Does anyone else know this here? You give one to the guy if you have a crush or boyfriend or whatever, and then they pin it on their shirt or whatever. But you should also have a massive mom that has whatever extracurricular activities that you're in. You want to have a little flair on there telling people what you're about when you walk down that hall. You're gonna have your name on it. You're gonna have probably a little teddy bear in the middle. Some people get crazy in there. They had lights and shit on there, glitter and bells. Oh my God, the bells. I just remember the teachers would make us tape our bells because it was such a disruption. Tape your bells.
Saying bless your heart.
Nana would say this. She'd be like, bless her heart. She's just, she's not a real pretty girl, is she? And then just tacks it on a bless her heart. Fixin' to. I'm fixin' to. I'm about to, you know what I mean? Also, last year I got into this debate with some friends about chuck versus chunk. I'm not chucking something, I'm gonna chunk it. And everyone's like, that's so wrong. And it caused a big divide. But I think it's chunk. So I don't know where along the way we got chunk, but I'm gonna chunk it. You know what I mean? I'm fixing to chunk it.
Saying y'all.
Really? Guys, really? I don't know. That is a Texas thing.
H-E-B grocery stores.
Oh, the most Texas. But I need them to come to Nashville. We love an H-E-B. H-E-B brand is great. Even the layouts of the stores, we love it. It's superior, really. We really should have thought about the H-E-B. Yeah, we really should have thought about going there. Well, I will say, Texas is massive, right? And it encompasses so many different kinds of people. You will find every type of person, every story, every background, every belief. But there is, among those differences, there is a very uniting factor that is being a Texan. If we were to sit down and talk politics or whatever it is, we might not totally agree with each other, but we would be able to handshake and agree on the fact that, don't fucking mess with Texas.
Country music.
Oh, well, in Texas, we have our own brand of country music. You would say Texas country, and it's kind of its own thing. But yeah, sure. Yes? Oh, who are you asking? I'll give you that one. But for me to say country music is not Texas, that's chaotic.
Square dancing.
I'm gonna say this. I don't know if this is a hot take. Square dancing could be kind of more in the Appalachian areas. We got the two-step in. Well, I can show you, but it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Wait, is it different than a waltz? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's different than a waltz. It's 2 steps forward and 1 step back. It's pretty simple.
Bulls.
Bulls in general? Yeah, sure. Well, the bull on the album cover is actually, his name is Tex, and he came from a ranch that my friend Evan owns, and Evan brought Tex down and a couple horses for our photo shoot. My little sister shot the album cover. She's done a lot of my album covers before, and I love working with her, and had this vision of sort of bringing this sense of middle of nowhere kind of to somewhere where you might not expect it. And so we were riding around Dallas. I had Evan bring the bull. We kind of just posted up in different locations with this really beautiful bull, and haters are gonna try and say that's AI, but it 100% was real. And there was something metaphorical for me about, having this bull behind me and turning and facing it,
NASA.
Oh, NASA. Well, it is stationed in Texas, right? Florida. No, hold on. Wait, no, I know this. It's a random state. You wouldn't think. The headquarters. Well, there is one in Houston, right? Cape Canaveral. Where else? Oh, Washington, D.C.
Tex-Mex.
Tex-Mex? Duh. Tex-Mex is a blend of Texas and Mexican cultures, resulting in a lot of blended music and food. Good chips. You gotta have a thin, crispy chip. They can't be too thick, I don't think. There's usually a lot of fried things, but lots of cheese. Pretty much, that's the common denominators. Lots of queso.
Chili.
Texas. People get really opinionated about chili, some people like to throw some cinnamon in there. That's weird. Chocolate, I don't know about it. If beans weren't in there, what would be in there? We got meat, onions, tomatoes, you know what I mean? I think you need the beans.
Yodeling.
Oh, not Texas. I believe it came from Switzerland. A lot of cultures have versions of yodeling, right? But I think it came from the Alps. But then it did kind of trickle its way down and kind of make its way into cowboy music in the 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Western swing.
Texas. Yeah, 100%. I did grow up singing super traditional country and Western music, largely Western swing. And yeah, I, somewhere along the way, started yodeling. And I would enter competitions, and it was kind of, my thing for a while. It's a little, I need to bust it back out at some point. I'm always looking to infuse elements of traditional Western sounds into my music. I really love playing with that balance where, you have maybe a modern lyric and you're kind of infusing some of that nostalgic country and Western flavor to it and kind of finding the perfect balance.
Fast speed limits.
I don't care what the speed limit is, I'm going fast. So I guess, we have somewhere to be, pretty much. Is it what, it's 80? 85. 85, nice. And it's still a little too slow. Texas is huge, I need to get there quick.